Well, as I do, I give you all some um, first part of my marriage when we move into the project and whatnot. So it is the second part.
Okay.
Um, and we move into search around for a place to move out of Harlem. And eventually we moved to Long Island, which was a very nice section. And it was a place called Lakeview. It was predominantly off-white, but as soon as the blacks started moving in, they started running. So when we moved there, it was about 4 families left. Mr. Gould was, and there were 4 families, and 3 that I know of was of German descent.
Hmm.
But we couldn't drive because we lived in New York, and it'd be very futile for us to buy a car living in New York.
City.
So we, but Mr. Goose had a car, and he said that we could use it. But since we couldn't drive, we could use it. But and what was more interested in me was getting to a church on Sundays. I did not like to sit home on Sundays. On Sundays, I think we should go to church. But a few people, black family around there, was member of Episcopal Church, and the Episcopal Black Church was in Hempstead, and you had to drive there. So there was one in the walking distance in Malvern from where we live. But I didn't want to go there because I didn't want people there to think that started some uprising or something to come to the church.
Because in those days, sometimes that would happen, right? Black people would go to a integrated church, but it would be a political thing and it would be a big deal. So you didn't want to do that.
I didn't want to do that. But meanwhile, I had developed a cyst on my knees, called a Baker's cyst. So I had to go to the hospital. I had an operation. The chapel in the Presbyterian Hospital, well, he was, they had several chapels. And so this one was an Episcopal. And so he came to my room and he said to me, did I want to come to church um, uh, that Sunday? And I told him, yes, I'd love to come to church Sunday and take communion. And so I was explaining to him about my dilemma. So he said, well, if you have any problem, just drop me a note and I will witness for you. So I decided to, when I came home, there was a mess in the house and we didn't about that. But when I came home, I decided to go ahead and look for this guy, Mr. Priest. And I couldn't find him. So I went around the church and I asked there was the workers were there, and I asked them where I've been calling this number, and they said that, that's the old number. He has the new number, and they gave me the new number, and said I could call him there. When I went home and called him, and I said to him that I know a black family, And he said, okay, if you're a purple family, a green family, a red family, you want to come to church, you come to church. I said, well, the reason why I'm calling it, because it's a black family with two, a boy and girl, and, me and my husband, four of us. And that's how at that time it was, they were trying to integrate everything. And I said, I am not trying to integrate the church. I'm not trying to make no fuss. I just said that we haven't got a car. And we can't drive until somebody in the family learn to drive. Then we buy a car and we'll go be double. But he said, if to come on down, we could come. So, but it happened that Sunday. It rained like the devil. So we couldn't go. And then he came by, why weren't you done? So we told him, well, you could have called me and I sent somebody up to get you. I said, well, I didn't know. So anyway, we got to his church, and the people, they were very congenial, they were very nice. As a matter of fact, the church Savior and Herbert joined the choir. Herbert was an acolyte. They asked my husband to be in men's choir, and everything was going along smoothly. Okay, so in the second part, my husband, when we were in Harlem, he went to classes during the week, confirmation classes, unbeknownst to me, and he was confirmed. But I didn't know that. So anyway, I was the kids, Ricky Silver and Herbert both were confirmed. More baptized Episcopalian. Because he said that he did not want the children to be baptized, and he was not a church member, so he had to be a church. And he met my father, and he had a great impression, and he wanted to be Episcopalian. So, then we started going to the Episcopal Church in Margaret.
Was it St. Thomas, right?
Huh?
St. Thomas.
St. Thomas, that's right. And, well, you see that the priest, we went once, we go to Thanksgiving service at 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning, and he started to cry. And I asked him what, and he said that when the priest was preaching, he said, God wants you, and pointed the finger at him. And the emotion just went out over him, and he couldn't help himself. So, he was working on Douglas Elliman, and he had left Elliman and got a job at the Amsterdam News. The Amsterdam News people, every night after the leave work, they go to this restaurant and to eat and drink. And that's what he do. There were several times he never came home in the evening for dinner. He'd be gone, and there's no way to call him, no way to call. So here he was. So I eventually, and then he would not come home until, oh my God, 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, drunk as the Lord. And I never thanked him, and I never said anything. And I just said, this marriage is not working. When we were in New York, it was a little different. Because he was going to school.
Right.
But now he's working with these characters who want to be important, and they think might be important. Important is the drug. So, and that was what got him when the priest point and says, God needs you. And because he was worried, he didn't like that. He didn't like what they're doing. And he said he would make up his mind when they invite him to come over to go to, I forgot the name, Frank's. The Frank's, he gonna say no, but he always goes. And end up getting home late at night. Even at our wedding anniversary, when we have a wedding anniversary, I fix a big dinner, have the children, where is he? He's not there. Call the office, nobody's there. So I said, no, I know he don't want a divorce. I know he caused, this is all we talk about before we even got married, that we are never going to separate. He was brought up in a home that he didn't have any, his mother and father were separated, and he was put, he was, what do you call it?
He went from pillar to post?
Huh?
He went from pillar to post?
Yeah, from no, not parents, but from family to family. His aunt and his uncle. He never could, and his mother always had a man there, and there was always conflict. And that's how he got into the army, Navy, and went World War II, met me. So anyway, he said that he will not want for his children. He wants his children to have a solid home. But now, from aunt to uncle to aunt to uncle to cousin to this, no. And I know he meant it, but he was weak in this part. He just couldn't help it. So, so the priest that told him that God needs him, his wife decided she didn't like that job. She liked it. She wanted to be with the jet set. And they were young. They were very young people. And she didn't come to church. She wanted to play golf and anything but church. So eventually he decided to leave the church and go with her. So Father Murray came in, and at the time I had you. And I got pregnant with Vicky. I got Vicky, and she was born on Christmas Day, and Father Murray baptized her on Easter Day. And anyway, I went to Father Murray, and I told him about the contract. I said, I don't want to mess up my family. I don't want to leave my husband, because I don't know what I would do. And he don't want to leave me either. Now, dissolve the family. So he said, well, do you want me to talk to him? I said, yes, I wish you would talk to him. So Father Murray called him down, and he was happy to go. And he talked to Father Murray, and he told Father Murray, because one thing was frightening to him, that these characters that he was hanging around with were dropping dead like mad.
Yeah. You hear about that with the newspaper industry. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was scared,
Yeah.
but still suffered. But I told him, well, how about going into the priesthood? So he agreed, and he went in priesthood. But that didn't really, it kind of cut it, but not off completely. So we still have problems. We still had problems, but he was much better. He would call. I mean, everyone, his mother came and lived with us, and oh God, she was a character. She came. I couldn't. I talked to him about, staying out at night, drinking, and he got a ticket, and he was afraid to let me know that he got his ticket, and so he called me in the room. I found out. I called him, and she came and busted in the bedroom. What you talking about? Are you talking? So I said, haven't talked about that till I should get out of here. Oh, leave her be. Okay. So this morning she got up. She was a drinking too. This morning she got up. And I think you were about 3 months, 4 months old. Didn't sleep at night. Must in my bedroom. Then I made a coffee to have some breakfast. I said I go to her, and he's in the bathroom, shaving, washing, taking a shower. I talk to your mother. Talk to your mother. He says, oh, stop being attention. Get back in, go back in bed and lock your door. But they didn't have a lock, it just closed. So I get back in bed, and here she comes. I said, I told you to get up with your husband. I said, Herman, talk to your mother. Oh, don't pay no attention. Oh, don't pay no. So I went back to bed. She came and said to her, I said, pack your bags and get the out of here. Haven't you ever talked to me like that? Haven't you multiple years straight? This is our home. This is our husband, our children gone to school. She got them doing that stuff to school. And you kept on knowing her, and she kept on telling you to leave her alone. And you wouldn't. Yes, she told you to leave. So I would advise you to go up and pack your bag and go with me to the city when I go to work. You come with me and we go to the city, okay? Well, they went to the city. She went out to the city and they went together. Well, that evening, he called me. I'm not coming home. You put that body out. I said, you drunk? Are you drunk or what? 'Cause if you're drunk, I'm not talking to you. Okay? So I hang about him. 'Cause he was a useless. I know he don't. So I hang about him. So later on, he called me. He said, I was that drunk. I would just put down an ear for them. I'm at the office. I won't be home until 3 o'clock or something because I have to put the paper to bed. But I was not drunk on the computer because I'm working. So that was that. So eventually, his Father Murray got him to go to seminary, and he did, and
He did it while he was working, right? He did it on
yeah,
Saturdays.
while he's working with everybody, because it's really scary, because things are just as bad as Ebony as it was at the Amsterdam news. The men they were drinking too much, doing too and falling, dropping dead. Then they found one on the park bench dead.
Mm.
And that scared the hell out of him. So anyway, he did. He eventually, and so after we got married, after we got he ordained very right with a big ordination, and she said to Mary, this is another his that was just as bad as the rest. He could stay with her, but she had to pay her. And he didn't have no money to pay her. So that's, and she put him out. Next thing you know, he had to go to his uncle. And the next thing his father came, oh, well, you don't have to do this, you come and stay with me. His father lived in Detroit. So he decided, oh, well, great. Well, his father had a wife.
Wait. You're not making any sense. Why is he staying with people? He's married to you and he's just...
No, I'm going back.
Okay, so where are we now? This is before he's married?
No, I'm not.
Okay, yeah, that's
he
confusing.
Was 60 or 70 years old.
Okay. I think you talked about that already, though, when he went to Detroit.
Oh,
And
I
he's a
did.
shoeshine boy.
Well,
yeah.
he went to, yeah. So
he got ordained, you said. He was working for the Ebony magazine, going to seminary in Garden
yeah,
City.
that's right. And then he told me that I think he drove someplace around and the Ebony, he ordained he was a priest. I was married and he found out that Ebony manager, the guy that was managed people, was living somewhere in there, in that section, and he drove. He said he going since he's around there. he would, he's somewhere upstate, no, down south. And since he was around that area, he tried to find out where this guy was. So he did. And guess what? He was in a rock like this, drooling. He just said, thank God for you. I got out of that mess. And so, every they had convention every February 3rd, and naturally he got up there and began spectacle. Happily married. This is my 30th anniversary, and this is my this anniversary. And so, this was great. But then after we moved, we had convention in Augusta, convention in, he you said, oh, well, when we going to have an anniversary dinner? I said, I don't know, why you to ask your friends? Boy, that would make him so mad. Because, and so we always have arguments about where we go have an anniversary dinner. And they say, because I ain't cook no more. Everybody was gone.
Right, you talking about later. Well, go back to right after he finished seminary, and so what was his first assignment as a priest? What was his first assignment as a priest?
Oh, yeah, well, his first assignment was with working with the Bible, churches of council. And I was working with the migrants out in Riverhead, yeah. Working out in Riverhead. With
the migrant workers.
With the migrants.
Okay.
So over there, when he first started, he was using the car, the council's car, back and forth from home.
Riverhead?
Riverhead was about 60 miles away from where we live. Riverhead was in Suffolk County, we were in Nassau County. So, then all of a sudden, one of the members of the council decided, oh no, you can have them to move on here and you don't have to worry about gas or...
Have him move out there to Riverhead?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, they told him that he couldn't use the car anymore. But we couldn't afford a second car at that time. So he said, well, what can I do? I can't use, my wife needs a car because in Lakeview, there's no public transportation. So my wife needs a car. Well, I'm sorry, but you I don't know, you can't take this car anymore. Yeah, but right around here, yes, in the plantation and with the migrant workers, yeah, but you can't take it to your house, home, and so then I came right there. The solution is move family out here. So he came and said to me, they want about me to move out there. I said, but you can move, but I am not moving out there. So, well, they put it in the paper that the Enid Stone was moving out and is moving his family out to Riverhead. Yeah. So That's on Long Island Press. So the Long Island Press came by to interview me. You are moving? I said, no, I am not. I have the 8-year-old. No, I have a
No,
10-year-old
I wasn't 10
daughter.
yet. No, I was about 8. Because when we were 10, we moved to Queens. So I was about 8.
Yeah, I have an 8-year-old daughter. I said, I am not moving out there with the virus, okay? So, whoever told you that is dreaming, no, if my husband have to move, he will move by himself, but I am not going to move me and my daughter out there, okay? So, I told him, but I'm not moving. And he says, if you're not moving, I am not moving. So he went and talked to Bishop McLean. And Bishop McLean says, I don't know who put you out there. I didn't. And yeah, your wife is right. She wants the heritage. She can move her 8-year-old and her only most people. No. You are not moving out there. They're not moving out there. But I don't care. Then the churches, well, what are we going to do? Oh, when you should have thought that about that before you got the smart idea of him not using your car. So he got the job for us praying for him at Franklin Square with with the guy's name, with Father Moskoff.
Roscoff, yeah.
And I think that he stayed out there about a year. Yeah, about a year.
He was like a curate, right?
Yeah, curate, that's right. He said, and then they got him a job at South Ozone Park with
in Queens.
Father
Zish. Father Zish.
Zish. And they decided that this was the policy of Long Island. You can't move, you got to move into the rectory or vicarage.
Mm-hmm.
You can't live in your own house. So, but the Zage had a wife, something was wrong with her when he married her, but he didn't know it. And yeah, I think she was mentally ill or something like that. Anyway, he put her away, he divorced her, and they put her away in a mental hospital. And he was able to divorce her. And then he retired. So when he retired, they gave her that church.
Okay. So that was Father Zish's church. Okay.
He gave her that church. You know, and we went to a dinner, I think it was. And her Father Zish was about 2 tables away, and we kept on looking at us like some kind of idiot. I said, what is wrong with this man? Why he kept on looking at us?
Mm-hmm.
He just kept on looking. Anyway, he became my best friend.
I remember that because he was married to or dating a black woman.
Yeah, right there, mother. So, he had said the diocese of Long Island, oh, well, you got to move into the vicarage. Haven't went and looked at the, he said, no, I'm not moving in here. This thing needs to be torn down.
I remember that. I remember going to see it. Yeah.
He said, I'm not moving my family here. I'm not. So they said, okay, you're pretty right. You can't move it. So with that, we still lived out there in Long Island. and commute. So this this wanted to marry Madeline.
Madeline?
Madeline, yeah,
Oh.
you remember
Oh, yeah,
Madeline?
yeah.
Martian Madeline?
Right. Right.
Anyway, Madeline said, she's great. He took a Bible and threw at Marsha because Marsha was acting up in church. So I do. She says, I wouldn't marry that man. He's an old man. What am I going to do with an old man? Yeah, I'm going to marry a man that's young, can work. He can work. So, anyway, she did, so he met this, he called her and oh, I got one of your girls.
One of your girls?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we had gone to the Virgin Islands. And when we came back, they were married. Oh. So he said to him, I tried to wait till you all to come back so you could buy us, but you took so long. So he got my aunt, oh Lord. They had some napkins over napkins and say, what's yours? What's yours?
Hmm?
You say imagination.
Oh, okay.
What's yours? And so, anyway, Marty was right. This got sick, had a heart attack because of my heart anyway. And he was in the hospital. And they thought he was okay. And got ready to come home. And he hung across the bed and died.
I remember that.
And but he only about 2 or 3 years, I think. 2 years, yeah, wasn't too long. And all they gave her was $2,500, enough to bury him. And they said, no, that's all, because he was retired, and but she thought she'd get a good amount of money, but he didn't. So that was the end of that. But I mean, I remember, and you know, the whiskey was very cheap in the
Virgin Islands.
In the Virgin Islands. And I brought home scotch, bourbon, and liquor. What you call that? I forgot that. Well, Baron and Baron and I invited them all to dinner. And then I made coffee. And I said, would they like coffee? Yeah, there was a coffee for after dinner. Then she said, what you have to drink? Then I brought out this whole nice big bottle of liqueur. I don't think what is it?
Creme de menthe, maybe?
When I looked, Baron and Fish had drank my whole bottle of whiskey. And it was a liqueur, some kind of liqueur. It's after dinner. I said, what's wrong with you people? You got to drive? I drink about my liquor, and I think you got a nerve. Anyway, and and naturally, guess what? Florence called. Thank you so much for eating for us. I love the evening. I said to myself, I wonder when will I put my feet under your dinner table.
So Florence was there too? Florence and Stanley?
Huh?
Florence and Stanley were there too?
Florence, yeah. Florence,
And
yeah.
Stanley?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You didn't mention that. You just mentioned Uncle Byron.
Because Bible doesn't drink up my weekday. Yeah, Florence and Sunday were there.
So then he ended up leaving South Ozone Park, St. Stephen's.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that. My heart, I think me one, Herman Jr., Herman went to college, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, I think when he graduated, he I had the dinner and with the chimney and whatnot, and I tried to remember what was the country about Herman.
I was talking about leaving St. Ozone Park, and he was going to his next church. And then you started talking about Herman's graduation.
Yeah, but before we went to Herman graduated, and and he. Oh,
Yeah, well, talk about that anyway. Talk about why did he leave St. Ozone?
Huh?
Why did he leave St. Stephen's? Why did Dad leave St.
Oh,
Stephen's?
he left St. Stephen's. Oh, yeah. He left St. Stephen's. He didn't even Stephen's. They sold it.
Oh.
They didn't have any membership anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, and your father had managed to build an extension, which made it sellable.
Mm-hmm.
So they sold St. Stephen's, and they moved him to St. John's in Springfield Garden.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. So your father used to have, he would have what you call the city or the state had a program for boys, and anybody who want to take these boys and teach them anything, So your father had built this extension. It was a big extension like Pine Hall.
Mm-hmm.
So your father applied and got about 4 or 5 of those boys to teach them things. So so the city they would give the food, like fried chicken and that kind of drinks and things like this. So when they give them only 4 or 5 boys, they give someone fried chicken. When Harvard graduated, I made chili and some of the kids and Greece and Harvard says, don't bother with fried chicken. We got so much fried chicken down there. I would bring back a couple of boxes. When your brother decided, he did what's wrong with you, mother? You could fry some chicken, you get this, that's it. I said, Herbert, eat the darn thing and shut up, okay? He just carried on. He was in those school and come home to have a nice home cooked dinner, and I could give him the fried chicken, the box. Oh, you box of them.
I thought it was frozen.
Huh?
I thought it was frozen. I always thought that the fried chicken was frozen.
No, he probably was frozen before.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But anyway, so then Dad ends up talk about. So they closed St. Stephen's, so he ended up at St. John's, and then you definitely went ahead and sold your house on Long Island and moved to Queens.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we sold the house, managed to sell the house on Island, yeah.
And moved into the record.
But before that, we didn't realize we were paying more taxes more in taxes than we paid mortgage.
Wow.
I don't know how people live in. I don't know, imagine how we lived here. Because, I mean, we are paid like $75 a month in what you call it, mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
But the taxes were about $150.
Mm-hmm.
It was that high. And then that's right, then after you were born, we didn't have enough room. So we had to put the door up.
Mm-hmm.
Where with this, your father went to this company in the garden, and they said we put the door up for $5,000. So we did, okay. So they came and he didn't sign the paper, thank God for that. And they brought the paper over and said, oh, it's $5,000, so much amount, we will let you, no, you will not lend me anything. I will pay you, I will give you half, and then when you begin, and then the half when you end. No, you won't. We will, you will borrow from us. He said, I will not borrow from you. I will not borrow a penny from you. I have a own who I will borrow from, and I got it all. When if you got borrow from us, we are not going to tie you up, and you can't do a thing. He says, okay. So he said, no, what am I going to do? I am not going to, those the people there, is not going to take me to the cleaners.
Mm-hmm.
So he was working for the afternoon news, going to Frank's. And there were lawyers and doctors and lawyers and judges and doctors on the Friday and Sunday night, and Friday night. So he was talking to a lawyer, and he was telling the lawyer about how these people in the garden want to take him to the cleaners. Mm-hmm. So he says, well, there's a judge right there, go talk to him. And Hummer went over, talked to the judge. The judge says, I tell you what, be my office Monday morning, and I'll give you some subpoena for $25. And Howard says, okay. So sure enough, Howard went to his office, got the subpoenas. He got, oh my God, the guy gave about 10. So, he came home. He said, now what is the best time? Friday. Friday be the best time. I just said to them, I took no one in the week. So he took Herman, Sylvia, the handyman was working on there, him, and I guess it's sort of Herman's friend. And he got them all this with him and said, let's go. Parked them in his car, went down to the office and started handing up booking subpoenas. Those people women start hollering and screaming. Hollering, I know, I just work here. It got nothing to do with it. I don't know what. I just started turning it up. That was the end of that. The next day, guess what? The paper was in the mail. And you went and guess who you got?
Who you got?
Mafia, man.
Who?
A mafia.
Mafia?
Yeah. Guess what? A mafia from 5,000 to 2,500.
Wow.
And they did a beautiful job of doing the house. Because what they didn't do right, the housing inspector came and they had to tear it out and do it over. So we won in the reward.
What?
Mafia came in and charged half of what they were the mafia. Want to charge us.
Wow.
And did a beautiful job. Had 3 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, a linen closet, and clothes closet. And a nice size bedroom was a small bedroom. Big nice size, because you are the baby and Sylvia, and when Yvonne Dykes, when the Dykes house burned,
they came and stayed with us.
All just move over there in their bedroom.
I remember. My
so you want to save Vicky.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And I said, yeah, what I'm so glad is that summertime when they have to open the windows, it was kind of cool. They had to close the windows because those children pee the bed every night. And I told her, I said, you would float out of this bed, our house, if I did with the clothes. So she came, and unbeknownst to me, that our state was taking care of her. Our state was giving her a room in a hotel. Our state was giving her money for food. And she come to my house, bring her kids, and I go and buy food. And all the time she gets money, and I use up my phone, and that's what makes the cameras back. When I got my phone bill for over $100, I said, if you have to pay 100, give me 100, I'm not going to pay a phone bill. I had done. And somebody said to me, did you know what you feed her? Why are you feeding her? She has money. I said they take care of her. While they're fixing the house, they are giving her money for food, and they are paying, giving her money to live in a hotel. Why are you putting her up for nothing?
Where was Mr. Dykes? Where was her husband? He stay at your house?
Yeah.
He was staying at your house?
He slept there.
Where were they? Where was they were sleeping downstairs?
No, yeah.
Okay.
So I said, I asked her, I told her, she come, that she needed more hammer, more bigger. I said, go and buy some. I never bought. I said, you lie. I said, I'll say to I'll say they pay for everything, giving you over $300 a month. So just stop your lie. And I tell you what, Gene. Go live in the hotel room. That's all they paid for. I don't want to hear anymore. You are too dishonest. I don't like dishonest. So she go tell her friend how mean I was to her. So the friend said, but you don't have to put up with her. Come and stay with me. Well, she didn't say a day. The woman told her she had to leave. So, what she did, she got to leave, so no, what did she go do? Miss, what's her name? Live in the Goot's house.
Oh yeah, I remember her.
And they had an upstairs apartment.
Is that who offered to let her stay there?
Huh?
Is that who offered to let them stay with her?
No.
Oh.
What did I tell them? Yes. It's $50 some other week. You see, you get paid. You can stay here.
Oh.
And if you there first you don't pay out.
Out. Yeah.
And she paid. And don't eat it in my house. You eat out. All you do is come here and live with your children, go to school, and you can take them breakfast in the morning. And but for dinner, you have to go out and eat. Because I know all things is paid for it, okay? So that's what. So I keep on asking them for my $100. I keep asking them. So, no, Ernest stayed there. I think Ernest stayed at the bus stop.
Okay, because I don't remember seeing him.
Yeah, he stayed at the bus stop. And I met him one day. I said, Gene owed me $100 for using up my phone bill, using up my phone. He says, she what? I said, that's right. I said, she won't pay, but she absolutely refused to pay for her, for what she used. So he reached in and gave me the $100.
Wow.
Okay. Well, I know what's wrong with her. She called me one day and said to me, oh, they have appliances and say this and say that somebody. I don't know what sale it was. The appliances and sale. I did a washing machine and a dryer that after the fire. I did a washing machine and a dryer. Mind you, would you go with me, please? Take me because Earl used to take the car. So I drove her down to take it. She go by and she told the guy, he said, I want a washing machine and dryer. So He took her name and he says, I'll be back. And he left. And when he came back, he said to her, how you want to pay for it? She said, I'll pay you 25,000. He told her to pay 25,000 a month, that's all that. He said, no, I'm sorry. You pay cash or you can't get it. Then he said to me, what's your name? And I told him, he goes like, he came back. Why don't you pay for? I said, she don't pay you. What makes you think she gonna pay me? No more. Sorry. Well, okay. She got mad at me then. Because I was, and she couldn't get the
Wash and dry.
good, that's right. She came one day and said to me to lend her $40. This is all I feel know what she was like. So I did. She said, one month I get paid, I give you your $40 back. I said, okay, thank you. Oh, wait. So, the 15 come, I sent the deed, where's my $40? Oh, tell you when the next Friday, I said, with the next Friday, the first. I said, okay. Then the first came, but can I give you $10? All right, give me $10. And okay, and then I'll give you, then she'll return $30. So she called me and said to me, would you take me to the hills? So I go, yeah, take you to the hills.
Hill Supermarket?
Yeah, here's the market. And the guy put the, here she goes, she bought snow crab, ice cream, things of, some kind of cake, all kind of fancy. I said, gee, let me tell you something. I can't afford to eat those things. So if you don't want to walk home, you pay me right $30 now. Okay? Well, she paid me $30. I said to put back all those fancy things she pick up.
Okay, well, why don't we end here? And you'll have to start next time talking about Dad in Springfield Gardens. But
Back on that, right?
yeah, next time. This is enough. It's over an hour, so
Oh,
we'll end here.
yeah, but here.
We'll end here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.